Hello everyone, and the Honorable Mrs. Aziza Hirida Ulil Albak as the lecturer in charge of basic plant protection. Today we will do a presentation with the titles Plant Pathogen and Symptoms. But before that, it would be nice if we introduce ourselves first. Starting with me, my name is Olivia Francisca with student number 249 and my friends.
Hello, I'm Safiris Mayanti, my student number 264.
Hi, I'm Sumisya Fidausi and my student number is 256.
Hello, my name is Najah Robiatul Mukrima and study number 2063.
Hi, my name is Hana Olia, my student number 2042.
Okay guys, I want to ask you something. Why do we have to learn about the pathogen and their symptoms?
Apa tuh, Liv?
Okay, the purpose is first, explain the causes of plant disease, which are the factors that make plants sick. Second one is differentiate the agents that cause plant disease, which are both biotic and abiotic factors that lead to disease. And the last is recognize the symptoms of plant disease, which are the visual signs that appear due to disease attack. Okay, for our topics is plant disease agents, non-living agents, and living organism. The first topic of discussion will be read by Safira.
Okay, the first one is there, which causes of two, namely plant disease agents. Oh iya. Yang pertama kan tadi non-living agents and living organism. This agent is not alive and does not reproduce directly in plants. Its causes come from the environment, such as unsuitable condition, nutrient deficiencies, toxins, or inappropriate climate. And living organism, this again consists of living organisms like fungi, bacteria, virus, and nematoda that can cause disease in plants. They live and reproduce inside or on the surface of plants, causing physiological and morphological damage.
And the second one is classification of pathogens. It has prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Will be read by Naja.
Classification of pathogen. Next. Classification of pathogen is divided into two types, namely prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic pathogen that belong to prokaryotic organism, which include bacteria, archaea, and mycobacteria or MLO. And eukaryotic pathogens that belong to eukaryotic organism, which include fungi, nematode, and parasitic plants.
And the third one is example of disease causes by bacteria. Will read by Olivia. Example of disease caused by bacteria. It has three examples. First is citrus cancer, caused by the bacterium Xanthomonas axonopodis. This disease attacks citrus plant and causes lesions or spots on the leaf, stem, and fruits, which can reduce the yield and quality of the plants. The second one is crown galls, caused by the bacterium Agrobacterium tumefaciens. This disease leads to the formation of lump or tumors on parts of the plant, such as the stem or roots, which disrupt the growth and health of the plant. And the last is little yellowing, caused by the bacterium Candidatus Phytoplasma palmae. This disease typically affects coconut trees and causes the leaf to turn yellow, dry out, and eventually leads to the death of the plant. And the next of the table contents is fungi and example of disease. It will read by Hannah.
Okay, fungi an example of disease. Basal stem rot or palm oil caused by the fungus Ganoderma boninaise is leads to damage and rot and the base of the oil palm stem. Atronos or chili caused by the fungus Colectotrium godsporides is called spore of the lesion on the fruit and the leaves of chili plants. Fungi reproduction can occur both externally and axially, allowing the spread of the disease through various adaptation mechanisms.
Next is virus and example of disease will be read by Tia.
Virus an example of disease. Example of viruses that cause plant disease are DMV or tobacco mosaic virus and rice stingray virus. The spread of viruses occurs through insect vector and non-sterile human hands when handling plants. Common symptoms that appear due to these viruses include mosaic on leaf, stunted plant growth, and distortion in the affected part of the plant.
And next is nematodes and parasitic plants. It will be read by Safira and Najah.
Nematodes are microscopic worms that attack plant roots. They spread through soil, tools, and water. Nematode attacks cause damage to plant roots, which can harm the root structure and reduce crop yields. Next.
For parasitic plant, their classification into two, namely holoparasite and hemiparasite. Hemiparasite, these plants have chlorophyll and can absorb water and nutrients from the xylem of the host plant. Example include some types of parasite plants that can still perform photosynthesis. And holoparasites, these plants do not have chlorophyll and cannot perform photosynthesis on their own. So they must absorb nutrients from the xylem and phloem of the host plant. An example is a parasite plant that is funny depend on its host. Use of Haustoria. Parasitic plant use this structure to attack through and penetrate the tissues of the host plant to absorb nutrients directly from within the host plant, including attaching to certain birds and insects to spread their parasites.
And next is type of morphological symptoms. We'll read by Hannah.
Okay. The test of morphological symptoms is necrosis, death of the tissue in the after dead part of the plants. Actually, due to scale damage that makes the tissue functional and the cause in the 2D. Today. Kanker actoronois, rot, mummification, various diseases that disturb normal tissue development. Of example, cancer causes abnormal growth, and the rot nose causes spot of the holes on fruit and the livers. Rot leads to decay, and the mummification causes tissue to dry out and die. Break, quick, and the widespread death of the livers. Sorry. Okay, break, quick, and the widespread death of the livers actually caused by pathogen attack or unfavorable environmental condition.
The next is additional symptoms. We'll read by Olivia. Here are some additional symptoms. For the first is hyperplasia. This is the excessive division of cells leading to abnormal tissue growth. The second one is hypertrophy. This is the abnormal enlargement of cells, usually due to increased load or stress on the tissue. The third one is hypoplasia. This refers to slow growth of insufficient development of tissue. And the last is mosaic and stunting. This refers to a pattern of color and stone growth, indicating issue in tissue or plant development. And the last is a conclusion. We'll read by Tia.
So the point of the conclusion of this PPT is recognize pathogens by their symptoms. It is important to identify pathogens based on the symptoms that appear to make control more effective. The second is early detection makes control easier. Early detection allows for preventive measures to be taken before damage spreads. And the third is monitoring and balanced environment are important for prevention. Ensuring a healthy environment and regular monitoring are essential to prevent the emergence of disease. Jadi, mengenali patogen berdasarkan gejala-gejala yang ditimbulkan akan membantu kita mengidentifikasi dan membantu kita dalam pengendalian yang lebih tepat dan efektif. Sekian. Sekian.
Okay, that's all from us. We apologize if we have any mistakes. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, you can comment down below. And happy watching. Bye
Bye guys.
Sekian, terima kasih ya.
Bye.